It's been a long time coming, but the federal government will soon be requiring people to get a real ID in order to access some federal facilities.
For more information on how this impacts people in Tennessee, we're joined on the phone by Wes Moster with the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security. Wes, was it Moster or Moster? I'm sorry.
It's Moster.
Okay, Moster. Okay. Hey, Wes, so tell us about refresh us on the real ID since it was put off and now we have to refocus on it.
Yes, so beginning October 1st, 2021, that is the new implementation date for Real ID. So you must have a Real ID, a valid U.S. passport, or other TSA-approved forms of identification to board commercial flights within the United States, access certain federal buildings, or enter nuclear power plants.
Okay, so what about for people who say, I don't go to a nuclear power plant, I don't plan on traveling anywhere, why do I need one?
Getting a Real ID is not required if the person does not want one. That decision is completely up to them. You are still able to vote, to drive, purchase alcohol or tobacco products, do banking. A Real ID is only required to fly domestically within the United States, enter certain federal buildings or nuclear power plants. So a Real ID.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, is this to speed things up or to make things safer?
It's a way to make things safer. So after the terrorist attacks on 9/11, the Federal Real ID Act of 2005 was passed to establish minimal security standards for license issuance and production. So in a way, having a Real ID provides an additional level of security to protect your identity. It's saying that you are Neil or you are Nikki. It says you are who you are.
Now, I know this was supposed to go into effect before COVID really kicked in and you guys extended that, but if you have a passport, is that still acceptable or do you have to have this on top of that?
No, if you have a valid U.S. passport, military ID, or other documents, you are good to go. If you don't have any of those, you will need a Real ID to board a commercial flight, enter federal facilities, or nuclear power plants come October 1st, 2021. And as of right now, Tennessee has issued 1.2 million Real IDs and 1.7 non-compliant Real IDs. And when I say non-compliant, that means the person elected not to get it. Of all licenses issued so far annually, 41% are Real ID licenses. So right now, people are coming in. That's the most common transaction we see. And we encourage people, if you're thinking about getting one or if you actually do need one, go ahead and come on in right now. We have new features that we've rolled out to make your visit to a driver services center more efficient and easier for you. You can upload your documents online that you would need to bring to a driver services center to be vetted ahead of time. That process takes about 5 days, and once it's been properly and thoroughly vetted, you can come to a driver services center, and that'll eliminate the most common thing we see is people coming up with the wrong documents. So we will vet those ahead of time and make sure that what you are bringing in is the correct documents. You can also make an appointment online. I encourage you to visit tnrealid.gov for the information on a Real ID. But to do an appointment or upload documents, visit tn.gov/safety and then click on the Driver Services tab and click on online services to begin the process.
Hey, Wes, thanks for the information. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Wes.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a great day.